not just talking about the future, but building it face to face. We don't equal permission. We don't grow alone. Every conversation matters. Every seed we've sown. This is elevate your growth, where the vision gets louder, where we rise together, and the moon makes you stronger. Pull up a seat you belong.
Hello, and welcome in. Today, we are going to be talking about the strategic validation and scaling, how to test your product and all of the information that you have and you're offering with confidence. Okay? So I'm going to turn this off for just a second so I can see you guys. Hello. Yeah, so let's get into it. I hope you're having an incredible day. I'm just taking care of a little bit of housekeeping on my end, making sure that everybody knows that we're here. So give me just a second so I can tag everybody. Make sure you guys see this while you have the opportunity to do so as we discuss testing your concept. You know, a lot of us put a lot of time, effort, and energy into the things that we're building, our offers, the things that we have. But a lot of times you might be testing, you might be launching, you might be spending money on the wrong thing. So we're going to go through the process of what that looks like today. So when you come in, say hello, drop your name, where you're from, the name of your business, so that you can use these timelines to connect and see if there's a way that you can, solve somebody's problem. You have an offer, you have a product, you have a service. Put it in the comments. Let's connect. I want to see you. I want to say hello to you as you come in. So let's get right into it. So the aspect of strategic partnerships, strategic validation, everything needs to be strategic. Everything needs to be handled with intentionality. So we want to make sure that you're elevating your growth through testing and confidence. Okay? So here's something that typically happens when someone is interested, what it looks like when you're prematurely scaling something. Okay? So the biggest mistake that leaders make is typically investing their time, their effort, their energy, their money into an idea before knowing whether people even actually want it. You're doing all the things. You're building the website, you're creating the course, you're ordering product, inventory, or you're launching a program, right? Without validation, without understanding if the market is even looking for it, without understanding if the people that you're even speaking to is checking for this offer. Is it serving them? Is it something that they need? Is it something that they want? Is it something solving a problem in their life? What ends up happening is if you are taking something to the market without validating it first, that then leads to high risk exposure. Hi, Lisa Rue, welcome in. High risk exposure. You want to make sure the market is even looking for what it is that you have. So the fatal flaw ends up, you're highly invested, time, effort, energy, resources, but you have low confidence because you don't know if you haven't tested the market to see if anybody's interested in it. But the blueprint is you want to be highly invested and you want to have high confidence behind what it is that you're offering. Okay? So this is what it typically looks like when you're prematurely scaling. And you can assess yourself, you can audit yourself and see if you're operating in that realm, but that's okay. That's why I'm here to help you. Where you're building the website, you're ordering the inventory, you're launching unvalidated programs and offers and services, and you're just hoping for demand. You're hoping that once you offer it to the market, there will be people that are interested in it and they will buy. You're not actually operating from a strategic standpoint. Growth does not come from doing more. It comes from doing more of what works. Okay, so here's the truth to growth and strategic validation. You want to first validate the idea. You want to make sure that people are even interested in what it is that you have to offer. You want to see if there's a place in the market for it that's underserved that you can then tap into. Then that allows you to do more of what's working, so that you're not wasting your time, effort, energy, resources on offering something to the market that's not even interested. Okay. And then the scaling is then confirmed from the demand, because you've already tested, you've already asked, you've already put the necessary things in place to make sure that it will scale. Sometimes we do something because we're interested in it, and we're literally the only ones interested in it. You haven't done any testing in the market to make sure anybody else is interested in it. This empowers us to test with confidence. Okay. So the validation construct, this is what it looks like. This is what happens before you scale. So our ideas, they have to structurally support these 5 pillars, and write these down. Take a screenshot. This is only up for 48 hours before we put it into the Growth Access Vault, so that our members that have access to this will be able to see this. Okay. So does this solve a real problem? Number 1. Number 2, is someone willing to pay for it? And this is not about listening to naysayers who you tell your idea and they say nobody's going to pay for that, and then you just listen. That's not what this is. This is you going to the market with it and testing your idea and seeing what kind of feedback you get, see if anybody's really interested in it, so that you are launching from an informed position. It's not about listening to naysayers. It's not about sewing into that. But it is about testing from an informed place. Okay. Number 3, who specifically is it for? We talked about this. We talked about getting crystal clear last week on who it is that we're serving, the language to use while we're serving that person. Who's it specifically for? You have to know inside and out who the person is that you're serving. Okay. Number 4, why would someone choose this over other options? Why would somebody choose your product, your service, your offer over other options that are out there? And then, have I received feedback from my target audience? Have you heard anything from people that's saying this, indicating to you that they need this, that they want this, that this is a natural next step in your programs and your services and your courses, in your coaching, whatever line of work, whatever industry you're in? Why does this offer make sense for you to bring it to the market? This is something we constantly have to be thinking about. Okay. So this is how we differentiate true signals from noise. Okay. Your idea is moving in the right direction when you look below the surface. Okay. So these indicators are infinitely more valuable than social media likes. Social media is good for a gauge on some aspects, but it is not the end all be all. Okay. So first you want to assess the organic demand. Okay. For me, we have organic demand because people are always asking me, when's the next social? How can I get the information? How can I become a member? When is the next thing? I know that there's a demand for what it is that we built. Have you assessed whether there's a demand for what it is that you've built? What it is that you're doing, the service, your audience, okay? You got repeat customers or participants. So that means that you figured out and you're operating with excellence in the realm that you're already operating in, so that you will more than likely have success in the next step. If you have people that come back, that's validation that you are doing well, that you have good enough systems in place that you can layer it to create another offer. That there are meaningful conversations happening around your offer. Okay. You have consistent interest. You have positive feedback, and you're getting referrals. These are all signals that separate from the noise. Likes are noise. Comments at times are noise. I might get a post that says, I want to come to your next social. I might get 300 comments on a post in a group. All 300 of those people are not buying. But the people who are interested in getting in the room and they value building real relationships and they value going beyond just exchanging cards, our people are our people. But if I base the interest solely off of likes and comments and all this, it would be inflated. You have to base it off of demand, repeat customers, meaningful conversations, consistent interest, positive feedback, referrals. These are the baselines of how we operate in EYG that tells us how truly impactful our community is. The feedback that we get from when people they land clients through being a part of us, the collaborations, the people get together and they create events together. They create partnerships together. They make money together. That's the real thing. That's not the noise. That's actually vanity metrics and social media likes and comments and this and that. But this is the actual true signals that tell you if what you have going on is already working. Okay? So here's the scaling threshold. So scaling is locked behind 5 mandatory preconditions. Okay? Before you scale, you want to ask yourself, before you take something to the market, you want to ask yourself, have I tested this with real people? Have I listened to feedback? Have I made improvements? Is demand growing consistently? And do I have a repeatable process? So EYG's word for this year is systems, because systems are imperative in order for us to scale our business, in order for us to delegate properly, in order for us to grow, in order for us to acquisition and sell our businesses. That's the end all be all, end of the line goal for us. Is different for each individual. But you having repeatable processes and systems in place is the thing that helps expand our business and therefore our revenue and our impact. So having those repeatable processes in position are imperative to our scaling. And you want to make sure that you're taking that mindset to the next level when you're positioning your system, your service, your product, your offer. It has to apply to every element within our business, not just our business as a whole, but everything that lies within our business as well. So scaling, it should amplify success, not uncertainty. Scaling should amplify our success, not our uncertainty. So before you launch that new offer, you need to go to your people. You need to go to your current customer base. Maybe if you have a CRM or some type of email marketing that you use, maybe sending out a survey would help you identify whether this is something that you want to put energy into cultivating. Because time is the only thing in this world that we cannot make more of. Time is more valuable than money. And you might think, well, I don't know about that. Well, if somebody gave you $1 million, but only told you you had 10 more minutes to live, you would decline the $1 million because money without life means nothing. So we want to make sure that we're ushering our time with intentionality and not making these moves from a place of desperation. I need another thing. I need to sell something else. I need to do more. When you don't even know if the market is looking for it, and then you will have invested time, effort, money, resources into the thing that you're not even sure if the market is interested in it. So the growth with engine rhythm. Okay, scaling is not an end state. It's the final gear that relies entirely on the momentum of testing and learning. It's ever evolving, it's always changing. Okay, so first, before you take something to the market, and I know that you're excited about it, I know that you've worked hard on it, I know that you've got everything ready for it, you've done graphics, you've built the branding, you've done your website, you've done all the things, but you need to test first. You need to talk to people and see if people are actually interested in it. A collective group. You want to have some type of test group. You want to do some type of survey. I like to do focus groups to see if something is worth me putting my time into. You want to learn second. You want to understand that the thing that you come out with is not going to look the same a year from when you launch it, because you're going to be more informed, you're going to get better, you're going to grow, you're going to get more information on what is going to make this offer, this launch, this item, this service, this product be better. So always be willing to be flexible so that you can continue to grow and make your offer better. And then you scale. But understand that it's always ever changing. EYG looks very different from when we started years ago. We have more offers, we have more locations, we have more ways to empower people. We have different things that we have because it's meant to grow. And so is your business. So is your professional life. If we are not growing, then we're remaining stagnant. If we're not creating, then we're staying in the same place. But make sure that you're creating aspects of your offers that are beneficial to you, that are beneficial to your business, that are not a time suck. It's just not another thing that you have to do that will have no ROI, no return on investment. Okay, so this week, this is my challenge to you. And you can take a screenshot, write this down. This is only up for 48 hours. And then it goes into our Growth Access Vault, where our Growth Access members that only pay $9 a month, they get access to this and all of our other training videos. So this is only going to be up for 48 hours. So get this while you can. Choose one idea that you've been thinking about launching. One thing that's been on your heart. And before you invest any more time, effort, energy, or money into this thing, identify one way you can test it with your audience this week. Remember, you test first, you learn second, you scale third. And I'm going to give you an example of something that I did. How this turned up in my life, okay? So for months, last year, I was planning this trip to Bali for EYG. I was so excited about it. I was looking forward to it. I was thinking of all the things that we were going to do. We were going to ride the elephants. We were going to, cook authentic Balinese food. We were going to, paint with the monkeys, all the things. Okay. So I'm spending time, effort, energy, resources into developing this trip. And I'm thinking about it. I'm doing market research. I'm looking into it. It's a lot of time invested in this. Okay. I spoke to a woman who told me about this process. And typically I test everything before I go to the market. I ask you guys questions. I ask people questions in my community one-on-one, what it is that they need support on. So I know how to frame the things that's going to most benefit you, right? But on this thing, for whatever reason, this trip, I was like, everybody's going to want to go to Bali. I mean, who wouldn't want to go to Bali? I assumed that everybody was down for that 24-hour trip. So after I had this conversation, I took a step back and I said, well, I too need to test to see if anybody's really interested in this. So I put a survey up in the group, and I had 4 locations that everybody would be interested in going in an EYG trip to. And of course, Bali was the first one because that was the one that I had been planning and I was excited for us to experience. I kept it a secret, all the things. Do you know that Key West, Florida just absolutely blew every other location out of the water? You guys were like, let me have a couple of hours on a flight and start living my best life. Nobody was interested in Bali. Nobody was interested in Bali. I was the only one interested in Bali. And we'll go and we'll do it as a family. But in terms of a offer, in terms of something that we will do in EYG, maybe down the road. But as for right now, you guys want to go to Key West, Florida. And I love Key West. It's one of my favorite places too. Not mad at it at all. But this happened. I wasted all that time because I did not test the offer. I didn't ask the people within our community, the people that would be experiencing this trip, if they even wanted it. Okay? So I encourage you to really look at what it is that you're offering, look at what it is that you're about to launch, and have a focus group. Have a few people within your close community that you feel like is the target demographic for this thing that you're about to launch, and see if they actually want it. Okay? So I love you guys. I'm about to hop off, go into Leadership Lab as I talk with our Elite Inner Circle and our Legacy Leadership members about this, but we get even deeper. We talk about what you need to do here, but we talk about what you need to do and how to do it for our Elite Inner Circle members. And if you like this and you want access to this, as well as our other trainings in our vault, it's just $9 a month and you get access to it. You can watch it back, replay it, stop, implement, go at your own place, do what it is that you need to do so that you are turning up in 2026, going into 2027. It's like the year is flying by, as always, okay? So that you can go in and be thinking a little differently. Raise the level of your awareness and how you are approaching your business and your professional life. Okay. And if you're interested in that, you could just comment growth below. I'll send you the link. It's not like our other Elite Inner Circle and our Legacy Leadership. There's no applications required, anything like that. You just get the link and you activate the $9 a month because it's access to the trainings. Okay. So yes, I love you. I hope you have a blessed rest of your day and your weekend. And that's it.